I wanted to show you a problem I've been having, all right? So pretty much my car kept going into some kind of like weird limp mode and having like crazy misfires, okay? So that's why I haven't been posting any videos lately. It's pretty much because my car's been down and out, right? And so right now I think I've fixed the problem, okay? So check it out. I'm having, let's see, right now it's actually erasing, but I was having a misfire in cylinder 4 and 6, P0304, P0306, and they're permanent codes. They wouldn't delete, they wouldn't go away. And so let's see what happens right now. 0 DTC. That's freaking amazing, guys. So my car has roughly, let's see, car has roughly 43,000 miles now. You guys can see that. I changed the coils, I changed the spark plugs, and I was having major issues. The car kept going into limp mode. I haven't been to meets in like 3-4 weeks. The car's been in and out of the dealership. Long story short, guys, this is crazy. Long story short, okay, do you guys see this? So I came in, you know, talking about the problems I was having to the Lexus dealership, and what they told me is that they found an aftermarket exhaust headers on the vehicle and no cats, okay? Suspect that the aftermarket software installed to the vehicle for the catalytic converter, suspect this to be the cause of the misfire, okay? And you know what? They're absolutely right. I took the tune off. So RR Racing, I don't know what you guys are doing, but I had to take your tune off. It was causing major misfires in my car. So, you know, I did the basic maintenance, coils, spark plugs, didn't help. You know, I kept driving around and I was having these misfires, right? So went to Lexus. They told me, hey, we think it's your ECU. We think it's your ECU software. I was like, come on now, like, well, what is that about, right? So I tried everything I could. You know, I didn't want to take off any of my mods. And so ultimately what I did have to do is I had to take off the intake, RR Racing intake. I had to take it off, put the stock one back on. The only mod that I have left on the car is the strut bar and the headers down there. I know you guys can see the headers, so I still have the headers. I didn't want to lose the headers, you know? So basically what I had to do was I had to take off the tune, and I had to take off the intake, and I had to do the basic maintenance, spark plugs, coils, and it fixed the problem. Actually, as you can see, there's no check engine lights, no codes, no permanent codes, no pending codes. Sure, I erased it, but at the same time it wasn't letting me erase it right before this. So that's where I've been, guys. This is what's been happening. I've just been having major issues with the car, going into limp mode, going into these misfires, these situations where, you know, it was just a headache and a half. I got the car towed multiple times. You know, I took it to Torres Automotive. He was getting weird feedback. So what's happening is they're getting weird feedback. They couldn't even diagnose the car, okay? Because the ECU, the RR Racing software, was sending some weird feedback. So when I took it to Lexus, they just told me, like, hey, you know, everything looks fine. We tested it. It's not the fuel pump. It's not your fuel injectors. Even the coils and spark plugs are good. You know, we really don't know what's going on. So what they recommended, they didn't even charge me, okay, for the diagnosis process, and they had it for like a day and a half. So they straight up were like, you know what, we think it's your software. Go ahead and take it off. Put your stock stuff back on, which kind of hurt, you know, when I heard that. Put everything, take the car back to stock, bring it in, and then we can diagnose it, because they're saying that they're getting weird feedback, and then when they go to test the feedback that they're getting, everything is testing out fine. So they're like, you know what, we pretty much give up. We don't want to charge you like an arm and a leg to try to diagnose this. Like, do yourself a favor, take the tune off, and bring it back. So what I did, you know, for the past few days, I've been taking the intake off, putting the car back to stock, as far as like the tune, trying to drive it around with the intake, which didn't work because you have to if you install the RR Racing intake, you have to tune it. You have to have the RR Racing tune. And so if you don't do that, the car will misfire and stall out and leave you stranded in the road. So you know what? Overall, I've kind of had a bad experience with RR Racing. You know, with their online feedback. That dude Simon, he's kind of a jerk. You know what I mean? Just giving like real short answers. He doesn't know what's going on. I don't even think he knows what he's doing. They just kind of play off this like very basic flash, right? They haven't even broken any ECUs or whatever. But you know what? My overall experience with RR Racing is trash. The customer service sucks. Simon sucks. Initially he had sent me the wrong file. I couldn't even get the car tuned and this and that, and you know what? Just overall, Simon, you kind of burnt my experience with trying to tune these Lexuses and also with your company. So, you know, kudos to you, my dude. But separately from that, that's where I've been, guys. That's where I've been. I've just been stuck, not able to move. I've been immobile, all due to this ECU, the ECU flash, and that intake. I don't think the intake has a big deal, but definitely the software does, and it's right here. And you know what? After I did that, I'm getting zero codes. Did the basic maintenance of coils. You know, my coils are actually pretty decent too. There's nothing wrong with them. But I have the coils. I was playing around. All kinds of stuff, guys. All kinds of stuff. So, long story short, your boy's back on the road. The car is performing fine. And I'll see you guys soon. God bless and much love.